My dad sold my inheritance for my sister's vacation, so I took back everything and let the truth finish him. My name is Emily. I'm 29 years old. And a few weeks ago, my father sold the house. My grandmother left me so my little sister could drink overpriced cocktails on a beach, pose like she'd earned the world, and put a deposit on a cute new car. And the worst part? He really believed I would just accept it. Because in my family, family comes first has always meant one thing: protect Madison. Use me. I found out when I pulled into the driveway of the only place that had ever felt like peace and saw two cars I didn't recognize parked near the garage. The front door was open. Strangers were carrying boxes inside like they belonged there. I got out of my car, still wearing scrubs from an overnight shift. Exhausted. Irritated. And already feeling something was wrong. I walked up. Rang the bell. And when a man opened the door, I said, "This is my house. Why are you in it?" He looked annoyed at first. Then he laughed. Laughed. Right in my face. He said, "No. Mom, this is our house now. We bought it from your father last month." For a second, my brain just stalled. I stood there on that porch, scrolling through emails, texts, everything. No notice. No sale agreement. No request for my signature. Nothing. The only thing waiting for me was a string of unread messages from my sister talking about her dream girls trip and how Dad said she deserved it after a stressful year. That was when it clicked. Her trip. Her shopping. Her new life. It all came from the house with my name on the deed. The house Grandma Lily left to me. Specifically to me. The house she promised would always be mine. The one place in my life that felt untouched by favoritism, untouched by manipulation, untouched by them. I didn't argue with the buyers. They weren't the ones who betrayed me. I got in my car and drove straight to my parents' house with both hands locked on the wheel so tightly they hurt. I already knew what happened. I just wanted to hear my father say it out loud. When I walked in, my sister Madison was on the couch, surrounded by open suitcases, travel brochures, and the kind of smug little glow only stolen money can buy. She looked up and smirked like this was all hilarious. Then my dad walked in with that same calm, controlling expression he always wore when he had already decided my feelings were inconvenient. I said, "Someone is living in Grandma Lily's house. They said they bought it from you." He barely flinched. He shrugged and said, "Emily, relax. You don't even live there. You have your apartment. You're doing fine. Your sister is just getting started. She needs help more than you do." That sentence told me everything. He didn't think he'd done anything wrong. He thought he had simply reallocated resources from the daughter who never mattered enough to fight back to the one he had spent his whole life treating like a princess with a social media account. Madison smiled and said, "Yeah. Chill. I'm burned out. I deserve this." Burned out. That was rich. I had just come from a 12-hour shift at the hospital. But apparently posting selfies was the harder labor. Then my mom came in and said my father had done what was best for the family. Best for the family. That was the phrase she used while standing there in her kitchen. Acting like criminal fraud, was just another household decision, like switching detergent brands. Then my father said the dumbest thing he could possibly have said if he wanted to avoid prison. He admitted he signed my name. He actually said it. Casual. Almost bored. He said I was impossible to reach, and that he handled the serious adult stuff anyway. He called it practical. Practical. That man committed forgery and wrapped it in fatherly confidence, like I was supposed to thank him for the efficiency. I looked at him and said, "You forged my signature. You committed fraud. And you spent the money on Madison." Madison didn't deny it. She just said, "Grandma always babied you. Now it's my turn." That hurt more than I expected, because it confirmed what I had always known. Grandma Lily had been the only person in that family who truly saw me. The only one who made me feel chosen instead of tolerated. I looked around the room and noticed what I had somehow ignored for years. Photos everywhere. Madison at recitals. Madison on vacations. Madison smiling from every wall. There wasn't a single photo of me past middle school. It was like my entire adult life had been erased from the family story. That was the moment I stopped hoping for decency. I said quietly, "I'm not letting this go." My father rolled his eyes and called it a misunderstanding. A family matter. He said I would thank him someday when Madison became successful and could pay me back. That was the moment I left and called Jason. The only person I trusted to help me do this the right way. He grew up down the street and now worked as a real estate attorney in Dallas. The next morning, I brought him everything. The will. The documents. Old letters from Grandma. Every piece of proof I had. And Jason found the rest. The deed from Grandma to me was clean. The sale from me to the buyers was not. My name was there. But the signature wasn't mine. Then he found a fake email account made to look like mine, supposedly authorizing my father to sign on my behalf. Then he found the notary on the file, had a reputation around the courthouse for suspicious documents. That was when this stopped being betrayal and became a case. Jason gave my father one chance. 24 hours to return the money. Cooperate. And help unwind the sale. Otherwise, we would file civil claims, notify the district attorney, and go after every asset he had. I said yes. By lunch, my father was calling in a panic. He shouted about loyalty, family, embarrassment, his job, my mother, my sister. Then he made the mistake guilty. People always make. He started defending details I had never told him we knew. The forgery. The fake email. The proof. He told on himself because panic makes arrogant people stupid. That night, I went back to my parents' house with my phone recording in my pocket. I asked Madison directly how long she had known. She tried to play confused, then admitted she knew Dad was selling the house and knew the money was for her trip. She called the house wood and drywall and old lady furniture and acted like I was selfish for not letting her enjoy it. That recording changed everything. After Jason filed the lawsuit and sent the evidence to the district attorney, things moved fast. Bank records showed the money from the sale went into my parents' account. Then out to pay for Madison's luxury resort package and a deposit on a new car. In court, Jason introduced the will, the forged documents, the fake email trail. and a letter Grandma Lily had written explaining exactly why she left the house to me. She said she wanted me always to have a safe place that could not be taken from me by anyone. Anyone. The judge asked my father if he knew the property was mine. Yes. Did he sign my name without authorization? Yes. Did he use the proceeds for himself and for Madison? Yes. And just like that, the performance was over. He took a plea deal. Criminal fraude. Forgery. Restitution. Prison time. The civil judgment forced repayment and damages. My parents' house was eventually sold to satisfy part of it. My mother lost her job. Madison lost her trip. Her car. And a lot of the audience she thought would cheer her on if they knew the truth. And me? I bought Grandma Lily's house back. The day I got the keys again. I walked in alone. No speech. No tears. Just silence. The outline of her old recliner was still faint on the floor. I put my hand on the doorframe and breathed. I had taken back what was mine. A year later, the house is home again. I fixed the pipes, repainted the walls, kept Grandma's garden alive, and turned the place into what she always wanted it to be. Safe. Quiet. Honest. My father called from prison once and asked for forgiveness. And eventually, I gave him a version of it. Not because he deserved a clean slate. Not because what he did was small. But because I was tired of carrying anger for people who had never carried me. I forgave him enough to breathe easier. But I still made him pay. Because mercy is not the same thing as surrender. And some people only learn the value of what they stole when the bill finally comes due.